my therapy gloves. They are awesome. They helped me a lot when I had a real bad bout of, it was either Raynaud's or chilblains. They told me when my hands got really red and swollen. I had ulcers. They were very painful, very weak. They were bad. But these gloves helped a lot. They healed my hands, so I wear them now just to keep them warm. They help regulate the your body temperature. Something about far infrared technology in them and something else in them. So yeah, my glasses. These are from Axon Optics. I wear these because I have light sensitivity issues, like real serious issues with lighting. Not so much sunlight, but it's like the indoor fluorescent lights. So yeah, I just got these last week and I love them. So the point of the point of this video was to just share my Healing Touch experience. I'll have a link or something to describe what Healing Touch is, but it's basically, if you've ever heard of Reiki, it's an energy therapy where a practitioner helps to remove or not remove, but kind of help to balance the energy within your body. It helps with pain, anxiety, just overall health. It's very calming. It doesn't hurt. You just lay there and the person, they do their thing. They take care of you and you feel fabulous after. So I went because I had taken level 1 Healing Touch years ago. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago or something. And it was something that I was interested in, but I had so much going on at the time that I just kind of let it go in the back burner and kind of lost interest in it. But since my diagnosis, I've been pulling out all those tools that God had sent to me years ago. So I've been just kind of revisiting all that stuff to help myself heal and to also educate other lupus patients, as well as anybody really, because all of these things that I do, all of these modalities are good for anyone. They're especially good for folks like me who got issues, but they're really, really great for everybody. So I'm just kind of going back to all the things that he led me to all these years ago. Quick story before I share my Healing Touch experience today. So a few nights ago, I've been having really bad stiffness and swelling in my knees. That's like my main symptom that kind of limits me because I can't stand for long. I can't walk for long. It hurts to walk up the steps. I walk up the steps it hurts. Not to the point where I need pain medicine or anything, but it's just uncomfortable and annoying. So the other night I prayed while I was in the shower, and I'm like, God, I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing yoga. I'm eating right. I'm taking the medicine. I'm wearing compression socks. I'm doing everything for this knee swelling, and it's not going down. It sometimes makes me just want to cry at night when I look at my knees and they're flipping huge and swollen, and I'm like, I've done everything right. Why aren't they really going down? And I mean, every day is not bad. Some days are worse than others, but it's been an issue for me. So anyway, and that night I prayed, and as I got out the shower, Healing Touch just came to my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should look at my old Healing Touch stuff. So it was late, so I just went online and just Google searched it or whatever, found the different little self-care tools that you can do on your own. And so I did that night, and then I Googled, or I don't know, I think I just kept searching a website or something, or typed in lupus on their website just to see. And an article pops up. There's a technique made specifically for patients with autoimmune disorders. Lupus was named as one of them. Sometimes you don't see lupus as much as you see, the other autoimmune diseases. So I was just like, I was supposed to see this. So the technique that I did that night was called the diamond technique. That's the one for the immune system, is energy support for the immune system. You basically put your hands over your immune system organs, and it helps to kind of balance that energy to support those immune system organs, like your your spleen and your liver and stuff like that. So I did that night. I also put some castor oil on my knees because I read that helps with inflammation. So I did that night. And the next morning I woke up, I was good. The next day I did some yoga. Like I did like maybe a full hour. I did like the joint freeing series, and then I did a couple postures. And I did something I had been afraid to do just with the knee issues. Like I've been afraid to do any kind of postures on my knees. I've been afraid to stand too much in yoga. Like, oh, my tea. I've been, avoiding those postures because I was afraid I would make myself worse. But something told me that day, is like, Tiffany, your knees are so stiff because you're not, I'm not flexing enough. Like when I did the joint freeing series, sometime, well, maybe like a week ago, I noticed like my range of motion is it's, it was kind of embarrassing. So I'm like, it's probably so swollen because I have to, do more flexion, because like flexion is the issue. Like extending is fine, but flexing my knee, that's why it hurts going up the stairs and everything. I'm not doing enough flexion. So when I did my yoga practice, I was aware of that. I did that, and I did the whole yoga session. It was like maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour. Felt great, didn't have any pain. My knees didn't swell up. And then that same day, I also walked for 30 minutes on the treadmill, like straight through. I didn't have any hip pain. I didn't have any knee pain. I didn't have any ankle pain. And I did like a few weeks ago, and I actually like avoided it because I was like, I don't want to be in pain. I'm not going to get on the treadmill. But I felt great that day. And it's definitely everything that I do kind of all working together. And that's how it is with anything, and especially with these complicated diseases and disorders, conditions, whatever you want to call it. It's like there's no quick fix. There's no one magic pill. It's truly a holistic process. Like you got to do a lot to really get your body what it needs, because that's kind of, I believe, how we were created to be anyway. Like we were created to be holistic beings and created to do all these things to help support us and to help keep us well. And we get sick and we get deconditioned because we don't do them. So, so I've been feeling great since, I wasn't feeling bad before, but I've been feeling really great since that healing touch that I did myself. And back to, I got so sidetracked, but back to the reason I wanted to make this video was just to share my experience of Healing Touch today. So I seen the practitioner. I had seen her before a few years ago, so I just called her up and made an appointment. I started the treatment feeling okay. Like my heart rate was up. I was tired. I felt kind of blah because I didn't feel like going, even though I knew I needed to go. But I was just a little stressed and a little anxious. So she starts the session by just kind of getting a brief little health history. You set goals for the session. And then, you hop on the table, you lay down. She covered me up with blankets, put an eye mask on me, and I was just chilling. So they like to do the treatment. They like hold their hands over the different chakras or energy centers in your body. They correspond to like your joints and your organs and things like that. So she did that. I just chilled, had my eyes closed, and there's no talking during it. Like you just, I guess you could talk if you want, but I don't. So I just kind of like tune into my happy place. And a few things I just wanted to highlight that came up during the session, because that sometimes happens when you have these sessions. Like things just come to your mind, you feel different things, and then you talk about it after too. So like after the treatment, she's like, so Tiffany, what did you experience? So the main things were like when she does the crown chakra area, that's this area up here, like I feel like a lot of heat, like feels really warm, feels good, doesn't hurt or anything. So I had that happen. And then I think when I think she was in my kind of abdominal area, because I could feel just, when they're doing the thing, sometimes you feel nothing, but at times I could just feel like stuff being just flowing out of me, just like, it's hard to explain. Like you feel something. So anyways, while she was doing that part, like my eyes were closed the whole time, but as she's doing it, it was like almost like how the waves come in from the ocean. It was like a wave rushed in of like white light, and like everything like was like white for a second. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I was like, I like dying. I knew I wasn't, but I've never seen like white light before, and you know how that's like something people say, oh, I see the light. So, but it wasn't like light, like sunlight. It was like just like a white wall or something, like whiteness. It's weird. So that happened, and then the strangest thing, I got a vision of like a Saint Bernard, and he's like sitting. It was like outside. There's like a park bench, and the Saint Bernard's like sitting on the bench, and there was a lady who I thought was either me or my mom, and she's sitting sideways like this. So all I could see was like her leg and like this part up here. I couldn't see the face or up here. So the lady's sitting on the bench and the dog's sitting there, and everybody's happy and smiling. And I'm like, yeah, that was weird. I don't have a Saint Bernard. Never had a Saint Bernard. Don't know anyone with a Saint Bernard. What does that mean? Who knows? And then the other thing that happened that really, you know, kind of got me excited is as I'm laying there, and at some point I just visualize myself, like I just see myself. I'm doing an event. I'm teaching yoga for to raise funds for the Walk to End Lupus Now on April 21st, 2018 in Newark, Delaware. So I'm doing that event. It's going to be a chair yoga class that's coming up in April. So as I'm laying there during my treatment, I just get this vision of the room. Like I see the room and I see the people, and the room is full, and I'm just like, before the class started, I'm just like crying because I'm so thankful that so many people came, and so many people are going to get to experience that awesome yoga class, and so many people are going to learn how to better take care of themselves, and so many people are going to help so many other people with lupus, supporting the Walk to End Now. So like that really just was like, oh. So I had a really, really great experience. When I left, I felt like, I said to the practitioner, I was like, you know, I didn't feel horrible when I came here, but I feel so good now. Like I just felt lighter and like energetic. Like I definitely let, you know, some stuff float out because I felt great. And that's all I got for now. Bye.